Hi, it's Celeste from Flying Otter Marketing. In this video, we're going to look at how to embed spreadsheet data into one of the pages of your website. If you are intending to upload an entire document and have that be downloadable, that's a different task, and I'll refer you to the video on uploading and linking to a document that is on the resources page. But for this video, we're actually going to copy data from a spreadsheet and paste it into a page and talk about the pros and cons of a couple of different methods here. So we're going to navigate now to the page where we want to paste that, and that's just a test page that we've created that doesn't have anything on it. From this page, I'm going to go into the editing window. You can see the familiar editing page here with nothing on it. So this is where we're going to plan to insert that data. Let me go and open the spreadsheet I already have open. Let's say that what you want to copy into that website are just these first 4 columns. And I'm going to click and drag to grab all of the data that I want to drop into that web page. There we go. And just going to copy that onto my clipboard. Now we're going to go back to the editing window, and I can very simply click paste, and as you can see, it dropped all of that into the website. So that's very simple, and the great news is here it kept all of the links live, as you can see, so you don't have to go in and manually convert an email to a live link. So that's the great news. We're going to update that so we can go and look at that live page. And here is that page. As we load it, as you can see, it has actually kind of fallen off the side of the page because it's terribly wide with those 4 columns, and by default the WordPress will push those columns out much wider and give you lots and lots of padding around your content. That's probably not what you want, because you certainly don't want it falling off the page. And actually, there would normally be a sidebar over here on the right side of this page, which I removed so that the data didn't just flow right over it. But even with that removed, it's not what the layout that you would want. So you can, going back to the editing window, you can go in and edit this content in HTML if you're adept at that, which most of us are not. So if you do not want to edit the raw code, if you're not adept at that, then your other options are either to grab this handle right here, this little square box, and if you drag the table to be a narrower dimension, what it's going to do is it's going to force those columns to compress themselves and take up less space. So now let's go ahead and update that. Back to the page, and we're refreshing the screen. And there you go. So you can see now it does fit on the page. However, it's wrapping within those columns. So that's just your choice to decide which method will work best for you. Because here's the other method. Now, back up for just a moment, and I'll tell you how you can get rid of this. If this is not what you want, click anywhere in the table and click on the table editing button here where it inserts a new table, but click the drop down and select delete table. As you can see, that just removed all that table data from the page. So we have a fresh screen. Okay, so the other option for you in terms of inserting spreadsheet data into the page is to save your file as a CSV or a comma delimited. And what this does is it is still native to the Excel program. However, it is a limited format in the sense that it doesn't have all of the bells and whistles. It doesn't have all the functionality that an Excel spreadsheet would have. So it strips out some of that, and what it does is it allows you a little more editing room because it's not forcing all of the Excel formatting on you. So the way that you would do that would be, if you've got your spreadsheet here, I'm just going to delete all of these other columns because obviously we don't need those. We're just going to delete all of those. And we're going to take this spreadsheet and save it as, you're going to click the drop down here for Save As Type, and you are going to save it as CSV, comma, delimited. And I'm just going to send that still to my desktop so I know where it is. And I'm saving that as a CSV. And it's going to tell me that it's not fully formatted, that doesn't have all of the bells and whistles, and you say, yes, that's fine. Now, this is very important. You need to close that spreadsheet. Do not try to paste from within, even though it says it's the CSV format, do not try to paste from that screen. Now we're going to go and grab that, oops, sorry, I opened it, the full version of it. What I want to open is this one here, the one that says test membership. That's the one that's the CSV. And the reason I could tell is just at a glance, I could tell the other one was actually the Excel format because it still had live links in it. As you can see in this CSV format, it's much more limited, a little more rudimentary, doesn't have all of the formatting options. But what this will do is allow you within a web page to scrunch things down if you like. So we're going to go ahead and copy these fields now. Select all of them and copy those. Now I'm going to go back to my page here and I'm going to paste. Okay, and it pasted all of those into that page. And I'll click that blue update button because of course until you do that, nothing happens. Nothing is saved. Now we're going to go back to that page and refresh it. And there you can see it's not as pretty as it doesn't have all the live links to it. However, it gives you more formatting options. You can see I was able to squeeze those columns in tighter. Also from within the page, I don't have to know HTML. I can squeeze things together here more easily and drag those. It just gives you a little bit more flexibility, but it's entirely up to you whichever one of those methods is going to work best for your purposes. So I hope this has been helpful and that you'll check back on the other videos on uploading and linking to a document if that is in fact what you want to do.